Hi guys, it's Miss Andrea. How are you doing? I'm doing well. I'm actually filming this staring out the snow. So I kind of hope it's still snowing in March when this is being put up on the YouTube. The YouTube shows you how old I am. So we're going to make a snail craft today for spring. So what you're going to get home is you're going to get home a yellow piece of paper. Now I've already made my guy's little head. And it took me a little bit to make this, a couple of redraws. And you guys know I'm not a great drawer. So if it takes you a couple of times, that's okay. If you have a lot of, I actually erased a lot of mine. But if you have a lot of pencil marks, you could either erase them or just flip them over, right? So you don't get frustrated. So you'll get a yellow piece of paper, you'll get a paper plate, googly eyes, and some paper. So now you're going to cut up the paper yourselves. So what I did was I made strips. I had the whole pieces of paper, cut them up into strips. Now if you want them to be really even, you can obviously use a ruler. I didn't because, a snail's supposed to be in nature, so it doesn't have to be perfect, right? So you could either pile them together to cut them or do them one sheet at a time. It really depends on how good your scissors are, right? Mine are pretty good. So I'm going to pile mine together. And if you have other construction paper at home, feel free to add more colors, right? You don't have to stick to two colors. I like these two. I thought they were very springy. And honestly, I was kind of sick of doing pinks and purples. I wanted to go for the green blue this time. There we go. So yeah, I pre-cut some of these because you guys don't want to sit here and watch me cut paper all day. But that's all you're going to do, right? Cut it into strips and then cut it into smaller pieces. Alright, and if you need help, obviously, ask an adult. So on the paper plate, you can lay them out and plan in ahead of time. What you want to do is create a spiral with your pieces of paper so it looks like a snail shell. You want to also leave, though, a little spot, because what we're going to do towards the end is we're going to take the head, we're going to glue it to the back of the plate so you won't see the glue, right? But so here you really don't want the colors, you want his shell to start and go around. I mean, obviously it's yours, you can do what you want. That's just what the directions say. So I'm just going to follow the directions for my own. So let's start gluing. I have this little thing of glue. Since it's just paper, I recommend Elmer's glue. Nothing crazy, right? You guys don't need a hot glue gun or anything like that. So rather than putting it on the papers, I might actually do little dots around a few at a time to see how it works. Remember, if it squishes out, it's okay. It dries clear. So rather than getting the paper all wet and then trying to get it on the plate, you just put the glue right on the plate. And again, the paper can be smaller if you want. It could be bigger. Whatever you need. Ah! Glue disaster! That'll be like his tail. Do snails have tails? That needs to be a picture book. You guys need to write that book and send me a copy that we can keep in the library. Do snails have tails? Here, we'll put one right here. Obviously, you could have just wiped that glue up, but I think it's cute. So we'll do that. And that. That might do a little close. There we go. And don't forget, you guys can still make browsing appointments, right? We like seeing you at the library. So when you plan your grab and goes, mine's kind of in. You guys can do bigger if you want. Here's this. Oh, like I was saying, when you plan your grab and goes, you don't just have to do them curbside. You can come in, pick out some books, and visit us too. Hopefully your hands are a little steadier than mine. That. So now, since that's where his head is, I'm going to spiral it in. So this is where you want to maybe use some of the smaller ones you might have cut. Right? There we go. And if you can cut smaller ones, you can just cut them as you go. Right? 1, 2. I feel like the owl in that commercial. You guys have probably never seen it. The Tootsie Pop commercial. Like, how many licks does it take to get to the middle of a Tootsie Roll? What was the answer, right? Wasn't it like 1, 2, 3? We'll never know. Because then he just bites the Tootsie Pop. That was cute. But that was a commercial that was on in like the 1980s. Oh my god, did that actually exist, the 1980s? It did. There's that. You should have your parents let me know what was their favorite part of the 80s. Alright. So, a little messy. Spiral could have been spread out a little more. A little cleaner. But we learn from what we do, right? That's all. You could also, when it's done drying, if you want to color in anything or make any designs on it, he's your guy. You do what you want to do. So I'm going to put the little googly eyes on. And if you guys have a black marker at home, you can draw the little smiley face. Oh, the struggle is real with the googly eyes. Oh, there we go. There's one. Let's see. There's 2. And depending what kind of googly eyes you get, you might have to glue them on. They might not stick, right? So that's alright. You already got your glue. Matter of fact, let me close my glue so we don't spill it and so it doesn't dry out. Alright, and draw a nice little smile on them. There we go. And I'm going to put some glue here. So I left his neck. I was going to cut a little bit of this off, but I left it a little longer since you're gluing it to the back of something. You can really make it any size that you want. And you don't need all the glue in the world, right? Just paper. So you want to cover it. And if your paper is too thick and it doesn't stick and he falls off or anything, tape You can always use tape, right? I mean, hopefully that won't happen, but just in case. It's arts and crafts. There's always room for adjustments, right? So since these are still kind of drying, I'm just going to lift the plate. Do that. I'm not going to flip it over though. I'm going to kind of do like that. So honestly, you could have glued his little head on first, so you wouldn't have to worry about your design getting messed up. But either way is fine. Alright, so the glue will dry. That'll be see-through. And here's a little guy. Let me know in the comments what I should name him. He looks like an Oliver. I'll see you guys soon.